Tom Witek was my high school math teacher for 2 years, and I always thought he was a really cool guy. I mean, he always had interesting stories to tell. He called himself the font of universal wisdom. He thought he knew everything, and after winning $52,000 on Jeopardy, I guess he pretty much did. But, I mean, I couldn't really pinpoint a reason why I was so interested in this guy, why now 4 years later I still remember who he is and all these stories and stuff. So I asked a few of his previous students too what they thought of Mr. Witek, what they remembered about him.
When I had him for pre-calc, it was early in the morning, so, you know, sometimes people would be a little sleepy and stuff like that. So one time there was a student who was like half falling asleep in their chair. So Mr. Witek went over to his desk and then out of nowhere launched a brick at this student. The brick turned out to be foam, so that was mildly safer. But it certainly freaked out the student quite a bit, and all of us got a huge laugh out of it, especially when he tried to throw it again and it bounced up and hit him.
My first impression of Mr. Witek, the first day of class we walked in, sat down, bell rang, and he started taking attendance. And after each person said they were here, he would ask them a very bizarre question, such as, what's your favorite animal wrapped in tinfoil? If you were a tree, what kind of tree would you be and why? And his response for his type of tree would be oak, because oaks present themselves in a more confident manner than the rest of trees. So meeting Mr. Witek has been very interesting.
Parts about his class was Hawaiian Shirt Fridays, where every Friday he encouraged us to wear a Hawaiian shirt or something Hawaiian themed, and he always came in wearing like the most ridiculous Hawaiian shirts with like half-naked chicks and poker cards and stuff like that on him, and he'd wear like leis and stuff sometimes too.
I gotta say, my personal favorite story is he would have to go to board meetings and thought they were a complete waste of time. So instead of actually coming and paying attention,
what you do is, these people all have, you know, more degrees than the thermometer up the sun's ass, so, you know, they won't admit they don't know, that you know something they don't. So what I learned is, you know, you just wait and you put the paper down, and it's good if you kind of rub your chin a little bit, because it looks like you're a little more pensive, and you go, well, you can't stomp on a snake with both feet in a bucket. And they just look at you and go, oh, yeah, that's true. Because they won't admit they have no idea what you're talking about, because of course it doesn't mean anything.
even though these stories are so bizarre and we all remember these crazy things about him, when Mr. Witek talks about himself, he seems like a completely normal guy.
I like playing with the house, doing, you know, like decorating it, and like my whole backyard is a Zen garden now. There's no grass in it. Cool. It's all stone and pathways and evergreens and things like that. I love to read. I just constantly read.
I guess one thing he likes to talk about that is completely out of the ordinary.
I like really odd movies. So I like things like, you know, Mystery Science Theater. I kind of do collect these. I mean, I have a whole Killer Tomato trilogy. The Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, Killer Tomatoes Strike Back, and Killer Tomatoes Take France. I have all of those. Let's see what else we have here. Talk about the basic bizarre, The Terror of Tiny Town, which is an all-midget western. No, I didn't make that up. They really made this stuff. It's Plan 9 from Oxford. This is the worst movie ever made. The Nasty Rabbit, about a talking rabbit that's really a Russian spy. And no, I'm not making this one up either. This is a new one I just got. It's about a guy who comes back as a tree. Killer tree. Like I said, I'm still looking for Night of the Lepus. And there's an old one called the Octopus, which is a science fiction detective romance story, all told in an hour and 5 minutes. I actually have seen this one on Turner Classic Movies. I think it was Halloween, and I said, I must have this. This belongs in my collection. So that's pretty much my my collection there.
What made you want to start collecting those?
Well, you know, you can't depend on Plan 9 from Outer Space showing up on the movie channel. You put Pitbull in a barn and set it on fire, but you can't expect to get licorice.